is Grgur Raić, or Greg, and I studied as commercial music producer at Tileyard. But it was more of practicing, learning how to mix and learning how to be around the studio and be around equipment and learn, like, so I started with FL Studio and then I switched to Ableton, like learning some DAWs, and then I think the real session experience started in London when I came to Tileyard and I applied. I just felt it's the bigger move, and I really at that point needed something that kind of gave me a spark or a hope a little bit more, because I was living in a smaller city with not many opportunities as a, let's say, recording engineer or producer or songwriter, and I really wanted to do big things, and that's why I kind of decided to go to Tileyard, move to London, because London was a big part of it as well, because I mean, you have access to so many things here, so that was a factor in it as well. The closer it got, like a week before, days before, it got scarier and scarier. I got really scared at a point, because I didn't even have a flat. I had nothing in London. I just basically, I mean, thinking back of it, it was a bit crazy. I basically just came with a suitcase in the back. Really, everybody was super friendly, from the staff, from the teachers. Everybody was so friendly and welcoming, and so it was really easy to link, to connect with people. The first day of the songwriting camp, the first songwriting camp we did at Tileyard, and I was put together with Jordan, and I was put together with Shay, and yeah, it was just from that, it was just amazing. And Jordan and I and Shay, we clicked instantly. That's when Jordan and I really kind of worked the first time together, and we met for the first time. It was an instant, yo, I love this guy. This is it. This is the dream duo. I still love SoundCloud, and I love SoundCloud. It was amazing to scout for artists and find artists, and it was close before Spotify took over. So there was a time when Spotify was already happening, and all of the independent labels that were working for SoundCloud, because they didn't really, I think with Spotify it started when a lot of independent labels, and I'm not talking about like big, huge independent labels, but like even the smaller ones, like electronic music independent labels or lo-fi hip-hop then later started as well, really built up their labels through SoundCloud. So I found this artist called Billie Eilish, and she had like 5,000 followers on SoundCloud, and I was like, this is an awesome voice. And she had 2 songs out. It was Ocean Eyes and 6 Feet Under, and I saw that there were some remixes out for Ocean Eyes already on SoundCloud. And I was like, okay, I love Ocean Eyes, but I also was thinking strategically, because there were no songs out for 6 Feet Under, the first record the first song that she put out. And I was like, okay, let me actually reach out and do a remix of this. So she had the email on SoundCloud, so I reached out. She was just super friendly. I asked her, I love this song, I would love to do a remix of it. And she replied, I think it was quite quick, she replied, yeah, love it, let's do it, reach out to my manager. That's what you can do, basically, something like that. She forwarded me to her manager, and I got the stamps, and I basically, that's just how it was always. I reach out, and sometimes I get the stamps, and then I start working on the song. And yeah, out of that, I don't know how long it took me, but eventually I started working on it and made like a remix, and I sent it to a SoundCloud label, because I wanted to release it with a label. Because in my head I was like, we could even, because she was small at the time, but I already saw Ocean Eyes was kind of doing good numbers, and she was doing certain interviews where I was like, okay. And I also saw that her manager is, what management? Well, I think it was Red Light Management or whatever, some management in LA that is well connected to Interscope. So I was like instantly, okay, there's something, so this artist might potentially pop, basically. And I wanted to not only just upload it, but also release it on a label. So I reached out to a label guy. He brought in a second producer who was quite big in like the future bass scene. I was doing future bass production at that time as well. And so like a collaboration happened out of that We made like 1 million clicks on SoundCloud pretty quickly. And yeah, out of that, kind of with her manager also a relationship started. I did another remix for one of his artists. Most of the stuff that I do either comes from me engaging and reaching out and not actually, I mean, it's different, you know. I was always rooting for her. For me, it was like, this is insane. This is, in my head, it made it like, it's possible. And also this online thing that I was doing out of my like laptop in my parents' thing, I was like, wait a minute, how is this happening, you know? So all of that, it was not only like a business thing, okay, I'm gonna try to make connections here, but it was also a personal, I grew so much from it that like it changed my life completely. It was at the right, I really needed that, it was at the right moment. So the biggest change was not only skill, I learned how to work in sessions, one-on-one sessions or 5 people, or even being comfortable with 10 people around in the studio and still be able to work. So I got so much session experience. I came out of it and I was like, I can go into any room basically and kind of feel comfortable, you know? I mean, it took years after that as well to develop that, but I got the first glimpse of it at Tileyard. I mean, my thing was when I came here, I'm gonna leave everything, I'm gonna try everything. And we used to stay really late, like until 10 p.m. They closed the studios and we always tried to stay until the end. And with Jordan and Gabriel, and some other people as well. But I hung out with them, so yeah, we used to stay late in the studios, and then we used to take the same walk home. Home were always awesome because we were like talking about like the future, what could happen, and what happened last week, and what song did you do today, and stuff like that. So yeah, that was amazing. A lot of people that I work with nowadays started from here. You know, this was kind of the root of expanding. I think the main one that to this day is with Jordan, that studied at Tileyard as well, Jordan Round, and he did at the same year as me. Yeah, that's a connection or a relationship that I still to this day is like super important to me. For me, I was so excited every day coming here. Like, you're surrounded with so much energy, high energy, positive energy as well. Everybody's excited. A cool one was seeing Mark Ronson. I was surprised. He's a tall guy. I was very surprised. We sat next to each other at Vinyl at the cafe. So that was cool. Yeah, everybody's kind of equal. So that was really like cool to see. And you learn kind of how to interact with people in like the music space, you know. To not be like, yo, check out mine, check out, what's your Instagram or whatever, but more like casual talk and like how to build relationships in a more natural way instead of being like, okay, give me what I need, you know. Ever since I finished then with Tileyard, yeah, everything kind of started through that, you know. I was working on music full time, basically. I was able to travel around, live in different places, you know, a bit in Croatia, Germany, Berlin. Yeah, like just traveling around, and it all rooted from coming here and building all the relationships that I've built here.